Super rich people on Wall Street know what's best for us. We should listen to those people. Is that what you wanted me to say? Grant Cardone recently put out a pretty interesting blog post, and an article was written about it, telling people that they should work more. Now, if you don't know who Grant Cardone is, that's okay. He's a super rich Wall Street dude who loves to talk about how rich he is and talk about money and loves to tell other people how to live their lives and what you should do. He made money in real estate, which is to say that he just uses debt to make more money. This is weird to me. I don't really like this, but he's basically a wealthy person because he got a loan and bought a property, got a loan and bought another property, got a loan. So over time, the properties go up in value. So yes, he's making equity, but he's not really worth anything unless he sells those properties. He just keeps using those properties as leverage to get more loans. So he's gaining wealth by getting more and more in debt. It's a very strange thing. A lot of these guys do it. I'm not a big fan. I'm liquid. I like that I'm liquid. I'm in paper assets, baby. I'm liquid. I can go on to my brokerage account and I could see my money and I can move it around and do whatever I want with it. And I have no debt, zero debt. Haven't had a mortgage payment in years. I like it that way. But Grant Cardone loves to tell people how to live their lives, and he thinks that if you want to be rich like him, and he thinks everyone wants to be him, he's not afraid to tell you that, then you need to work more. So let's see what he has to say. He wrote in a blog post in a very bold and unapologetic way. He said, if you ever want to be a millionaire, you need to stop doing the 9 to 5 and start doing 95. To create real wealth, you need to live in the fast lane, baby. Putting in 95 hours a week, not 40. Wow. The interesting thing is, the majority of wealthy people in the world get rich by learning how to leverage their time. So you're self-employed. Let's say you're a very successful lawyer. You take on cases that are worth a lot of money. You charge the maximum amount you can, and you make money at the highest rate per hour that you can. Or you start a business. You have employees. As those employees go to work, they contribute to the overall production of the company, which creates value, and you make money off of their production. There aren't a whole lot of millionaires out there who are just putting in 95 hours a week and making a ton of money. I mean, hourly pay is only going to go up so high. No one's paying $1 million an hour. Let's see what else Uncle Grant has to tell us. He questions the traditional work week. He believes it's holding people back from their dreams. Those who work only 9 to 5 have given up on their dreams and are mostly spectators, he says. I love these rich guys. Please tell me more, Uncle Grant. Now, more hours mean more work, more money, at least in theory. But what about the thousands of people who do work 9 to 5, pay their bills, and are left wondering if they'll ever escape that paycheck to paycheck grind? That's what doesn't make sense. The hourly pay isn't going to keep going up. This, what he says, would be true if you could get jobs that pay more hourly over time. Okay, which you can't, because most hourly jobs, they're capped. Like I said before, no one's going to pay $1 million an hour. There's only so much per hour that you're going to make. So his idea that, well, if you just work more hours, you'll make more money. And somehow all you minions, all you people who don't have the money that I have, you should do what I tell you to do. You need to work more. You're just spectators. Let's see what else the rich guy has to share with us. He adds, you can, which means you can retire, but you will be 90 years old. Who wants that? He argues that working 95 hours a week pushes you into a realm of earning potential that traditional jobs can't match. You need to get your income up to $125K to get your head above water in today's world. Now, that doesn't really make sense to me, because if he says you need to make $125,000 a year, what kind of jobs are going to pay you the hourly amount you need to reach 125,000. It's just not going to happen. I mean, his statements are contradicting his entire argument here. Working more doesn't necessarily make you more money. In fact, it could stress you out like crazy, burn you out like crazy, and make you want to quit everything. I have friends who are single mothers who work 2 jobs a week. He's telling them that they should pick up a 3rd job. They need to work more hours, and somehow that's going to make them rich. I don't think so, pal. He stresses the need for expansion. Most experts are about contraction. He's about expansion. Okay, he critiques Susie Orman, who talks about saving money. He critiques Dave Ramsey, who talks about avoiding debt. He says, learn to create the money, urging people to focus on more, not just cutting costs. Okay, his advice makes sense for entrepreneurs and business owners. Yeah, that's probably true, but full-time workers don't have the same flexibility to scale their income, which is what I was just talking about. You're only going to get paid so much per hour. Experts recommend a balanced approach, building side hustles, investing wisely. Hey, that's a good idea. And growing passive income streams alongside regular employment. So like I already said, he's kind of going against his own mantra here. There's only so much money to be made in a day unless you leverage your time, unless you have a business. You're selling some kind of product, some good or service to somebody. You have employees or you're self-employed and you can charge more for your services. I have a friend who's a doctor. He's a surgeon. He works a set number of hours a week, but he does surgeries. So each surgery, he charges a certain amount and the hospital pays him that amount. Now, over time, he will charge more and more money, so he'll make more. Working more hours won't necessarily make him more money. It will burn him out, though. So can you make more money working a 9-to-5 job? Can you really get rich working 9 to 5? Well, they say here the grinded out philosophy might work for those who are entrepreneurs and willing to work extra hours, but it's not a universal solution. Studies suggest that financial independence is possible with strategic planning, smart investments, and steady income growth. The key is finding a balance. And I definitely agree with that. You need balance. For some, that might seem like some extra hours. For others, it's just smarter financial moves. And the very last quote here is interesting. Cardone says, be the Benjamin Button in your space and start making more Benjamins. Just that quote alone should tell you everything you need to know about this guy. Maybe not everybody wants to make more money. Maybe not everybody needs more money. Maybe people recognize that making more money is great, but it doesn't necessarily lead to life balance or happiness. Like I said, I have a friend who's a single mother. Telling her that she should work 95 hours a week is going to make her unhappy. She's not going to have any time to play with her kid. It's basically going to be a horrible mother. So this, you need to work more, you need to make more, you have to have at least $125,000 in income, you should work 95 hours a week on the path to riches. My response to him is, you made money by getting into debt, by banks giving you loans. Maybe you should let regular people figure out how they want to get rich, if they want to get rich at all. Let them figure out what is best for them. And maybe that's not working 95 hours a week. Maybe it's spending more time with their family. Maybe it's doing things that make them happy. Even when I was running my business, I didn't work anywhere near that, but I was pretty happy because I made enough to live. I made enough to invest. I made enough to build a nice portfolio, but I still went out and did the things that I like to do. That brought me happiness. You need to find balance. Balance is key. You want to work yourself to death? Have at it. You want to have as much money as possible? Great. You want to maybe work a little less, spend more time with friends and family, playing with your kid, doing the things you enjoy in life? Do it. It's your life. But here's one thing I know. There is nobody in the history of the world who ever sat on their deathbed and said, I wish I had one more dollar. But there are millions of people on their deathbed who say, I wish I had more time to be with the people I care about. Maybe we should focus a little more on our life and not our bank account.